good?
Yep. So it looks like you got everybody. If you want, I mean, just quietly get up, get some more chip dip. My training is actually pretty brief. It's going to be pretty quick. Go over some really quick concepts, and then I just kind of want to have the rest of the time for you guys to chill, continue to get to know each other, continue to try this awesome chip dip. Thank you for everybody that brought something so awesome. We've never done this before. I love it. I love everybody that brought stuff. So, and there's a prize at the end. So, yeah. So, first and foremost, a couple of house cleaning items. For those of you that have worked at New Day a year longer, for 1 year or more, so you were here last June, we'll just call it June already, even though we got a week of May left. Those of you that have worked for us that long, you'll know that, hey Rick, how are you? We are going into what we consider the busy season. Those that work out at the rest areas, this is the 100 days of summer. It's busy. People are traveling. Those of you that work in-house, we see a lot of behaviors in the summer. We see a lot of things go on. Those that work in screen printing, it is the busiest. We'll crank out probably about 60 to 70% of our shirts that we do in a year in the next 3 months. And to throw it all, to make it even more complicated, it's hot. You know, it's Idaho. We went from winter to hot and a couple of rainstorms in between. So a lot of times that can affect behaviors, which we're going to talk about today. But speaking of hot, now that you're currently employed at New Day Products and Resources, you will receive a season pass for yourself and one other person to every Gate City Grays baseball game. You'll come out, you can see Sprack playing, you'll get to see Reese coaching, and my wife who owns the team. One of the things we decided when we got the team was that every employee at New Day would be able to come to the game free of charge and be able to bring a guest with them. So you'll be getting a season pass that has that information on it. Please don't pass that around, okay? That's for you, not for your extended family. It's a gift to you, not for everybody else. So I had an employee last year that was related to half Pocatello. So just, yeah, it is a chunk of change we lose. And any of you that come to the games know that we don't collect our baseballs back, and those are about $11 a piece this year that go flying out of the park. So it gets spendy to have a baseball team after a while. So, but it's an absolute honor, and it's great to have you guys come out and cheer on the team. And you'll be surprised how many people from New Day will be there, both workers and clients. So, any questions past that? Does everybody know me? Most people know me, Terry Fredrickson.
That's your truck out there, right?
What's that?
That's your truck out there, right?
It's not my truck. I don't drive a truck. I have a little car.
No, he has a little sports car.
No, it's
The white one. Yeah.
I've always wondered how you fit in that little car.
I don't.
As somebody that's rode with him, he doesn't.
No, I don't.
Don't
I
worry.
don't. It's awkward at best. We had a few other people sneak in. Who are you? Where do you work? Okay. Who else snuck in? Tina?
I'm Tina. I'm the state contract supervisor, so I'm in charge of the rest area crew and the state contracts crew.
Okay. Cass?
I'm Cassidy. I am rest area, port of entry, and DOL.
I'm Kaylee. I run this little C-store right next to us.
Okay.
I'm Cheyenne, and I'm the graphic designer for all the printer.
Hi,
And who are you?
I'm Daryl. I'm the federal contract supervisor.
And
I'm Freddie. I'm a screen printer.
did I miss anybody? All right. Awesome. And those you don't see is Kathy and Bean. They're down Adult Living Center. There's still a couple clients here, so they're covering that. They'll probably be sneaking in, especially where there's food. Come on in there. This chair's open if you want it. Raise your hand. Don't blurt out the answer. Raise your hand. This is for a pair of Bluetooth headphones, little earbuds. What is New Day's company motto? Anybody else? What is it?
Don't diss my ability.
Do not diss my ability. Good job, bud.
I was gonna go, don't get caught, but that's.
Don't get caught, yeah. Maybe,
I never heard
maybe
that
10
one,
years
so-
ago.
That
Yeah.
was cheating, I never heard of it.
Never heard before. I was worried a lot of people hadn't heard that before. Our company motto is "Don't diss my ability." It's a play on words, right? When you come to New Day, as a person who is going to be receiving services, we look at your abilities. We look at what you have. We don't look at your disabilities. We look at your abilities. And when we look at your abilities, we decide what we can do to build on those abilities. As the only nonprofit in Eastern Idaho that provides services to people that are severely disabled, we really do look at people's abilities of all ranges and try to provide those services. Our competitors don't do that. Our competitors are extremely selective. When I say our competitors, there is no other nonprofit in the community that does this. It's the private for-profits. And what they do is they will look at a person and say, sorry, you're too disabled. We don't think we can help you. We don't look at your abilities. We're going to just look at your disability. And a lot of times they'll send people away and we get their lovely, awesome seconds. We love them, right? They come here, they say, I couldn't work at this company. They didn't want me to, they didn't think I could get a job, and they get a job. And they do great with their job. They go out in the community and they love it, right? Working with other human beings is difficult. There is no recipe, there is no formula, there's nothing that I can do to say, hey, if you did this, it will work every time. There's no such thing, right? Because just like all of you in this room, working with everybody that we work with, everyone is uniquely different. And just about the time you think you've got someone figured out there in Blackfoot, we'll pull them off and send them to Malad and send you someone new and pull that Malad person and send them over to Blackfoot or send them to the DOL. And we do that to give them experiences, right? Our ultimate goal is to get someone to the point where they do not need natural supports if they have that ability. Now there are some people that is not an option. And we realize that, we accept that, and we honor that. Right? We honor that. We realize that that is not an option because their job is just as important as your job. And in their minds, maybe a little bit more important if anybody's worked with Larry. Right? Because everyone that's worked with Larry knows we would shut down if Larry didn't work. So it's very important that you realize that. There is no recipe. We can try and give you the best advice that we can. We can try and give you the best formula that we think would work. And then the guardians change the meds. And everything goes haywire. And we go back to the drawing board and we say, okay, what's this? What's going on here, right? And we try to figure it out. And usually it takes a phone call home and they go, oh, there's a med issue. So what I'm going to teach you today is kind of an open awareness of what a behavior is, right? Someone tell me what a behavior is. What's a behavior? Daryl, you can't answer. What's a behavior? Everybody has them, right?
The way someone acts.
The way someone acts, okay. Anyone else?
The way someone reacts.
The way someone reacts, absolutely.
It's who you are.
Who you are, okay. Does anybody know what the formula of a behavior is? A behavior breaks down to this. You see something, you do something, and you get a result. That is a behavior. See, do, get. I see something, I do something, I get a result. Right? I see the McDonald's milkshake, I eat the McDonald's milkshake, I get McLovin. Right?
Exactly.
So true.
Yeah, my.
See, what's that?
My go to Burger King.
Yeah, yeah. Or Freddy's shake is a yeah.
I got my McLovin.
Burger King. Here you go. See, do, get. We see something, we do something, we get something. We see something we want in our life, we do something to get what we want in our life, we get what our result is, right? See, do, get. It's very important to understand this, to understand what a behavior is. Because a lot of times, we walk into with a person with a disability and we say, I expect better behaviors. Right? And they go, okay, why'd you expect that? Right? But we don't really explain to them what's going wrong. We don't tell them why their behaviors are not meeting the expectations, right? A lot of times we have to show them. A lot of times we have to help them see what they need to do to get that carpet clean. Does that make sense? Because a lot of times we go in and we say, hey, did you even vacuum in here? Right? And they get really mad and they go, who are you? I'll tell you what, right? Yeah, just like you probably would if they walked in and said, geez, Ray, did you even vacuum in here? Right? They get a little defensive, right? But coming in and taking a look at something and saying, hey, I see a couple of specs here. Let's make sure we really get on those, really do that. There's a dirty word when you work with people with disabilities. There's a lot of dirty words. But there's one I really hate. But. Be very careful to use the word but when you work with the people that we work with. That negates everything that you've said. So for example, out in car detailing, hey, it looks good, those seats look great, man, but those carpets, whoo, right? Even though they did a really good job on those seats, that word but just wash that away. What do you say instead of but?
I usually say, can I get you to do this? I usually ask them.
I love it.
Can I get you to do this?
Yeah.
real quick?
Can you do that? Can you do that instead? Can you do the carpets just as good as you did those seats? I love that. What else, Kelly?
We need to focus on the carpet just a little bit more.
Yeah. Can we focus on the carpets as well as we focused on that? Tying it back to that positive. There's a really, really important word, end. Okay? End is a good segue when we work with the people we work with. Hey, these seats look amazing, and let's really make those rugs look just the same way. Right? Because I'll tell you what, most of the folks we work with are going to be like, hey, he loved my seats. I'm going to try and get those carpets, right? Yeah.
They want to impress you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Realize what a behavior is. Realize that a lot of times you have to show people, don't just go in with your expectations, right? Eliminate the word but, replace it with and. And most importantly, if you have to rebuke, or if you have to reprimand, or if you have to give some critical feedback, uplift with love. Okay? We work with a group of people who have not received a lot of love. Okay? Most of their life they've been told what they do wrong. That's the reality to their disabilities. Most of their life they've been told that they can't do something. If you do have to reprimand someone by saying, hey, let's really focus on this and let's try to do this better, because I know you're such a great cleaner, right? Just a simple comment like that can have a huge impact on the people that we work with. Huge impact. When I was working with as a direct care staff, I would constantly challenge myself to try and find 3 positives in a shift. And I'm here to tell you guys, you think 3 positives, that's not that hard, right? There are some clients that was really hard to do, right? There are some clients that I was like, okay, you tied your shoes today, woo! All right, good job, right? You wore a clean shirt, let's do this, right? But I tried to find those 3 positives. I'm gonna challenge you the next couple of weeks as we go into the summer. Look for 3 reasons to say thank you and good job. Challenge yourself to look for positive. Again, it is easy to fall into a negative behavioral pattern with the people that we work with. It's very easy. Because sometimes they can do the littlest things to drive you nuts and you go, come on, we talked about this yesterday, right? Look for the reason, look past that. Any questions so far? Someone tell me what normal is?
Well,
Can someone, a word?
there's,
What's
it's
normal?
it's only a word.
I thought it was an A.
Sitting on a dryer.
It's
Yeah.
a perception.
I don't know the meaning. I don't know the meaning of that.
Okay. I love that you guys, those are some great answers. Part of the training today was supposed to be behavior modification. We talked about that today. The second part was supposed to be normalization. Normalization. Yeah, I went, what? Normalization. I'm really glad that nobody is putting a concrete definition on that because, again, what is considered normal is a floating target, right? But what is important to realize about normalization is realize that all of the people that we work with have a different normal. And the most important thing for us to do is to realize that that person has a different normal than you do, right? Or perhaps anybody else. And we accept that normal. Today is Tal Day. Those of you, does anybody know what Tal Day is besides Kelly? Yeah, nobody else. I kind of figured that, right? Hannah does, right? Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy it's towel day. You wear a towel around your neck. If anybody's read or watched Hitchhiker's Guide, yes, I had someone today at Walmart look at me and say, "You're weird." Well, thank you, right? My normal's not your normal. I'm glad you acknowledged that.
They've obviously followed you into Walmart.
Yes, yeah. I'm sure I'm gonna be on that website now. People at
I
Walmart.
apologize for saying that.
Yeah. Realize that people's normal is not your normal. So the best thing that you can do is to try and accept people's normal for what it is. As long as it's not going to harm you or harm someone else, obviously, you accept their normal, right? I've worked with coworkers who, when we had a chip dip feed off, we worked a graveyard shift together. Yeah, growing up in Mexico, their spice level was significantly higher than mine. That was normal for them. They looked at my stuff and they're like, "This is weak, bro. What is this?" Right? Their spice level, I'm like, I think I'll have a little bit, but yeah, man, it was burning my tongue, right? See how different normals. We accepted each other's different normals, right? They met me in the middle the next time we did the bake-off, right? They brought me like a mild, which was still super hot. Yeah, I was like, "This is mild," as I'm crying in tears and sweat. Normalization, accept other people's normals. The last part of this training is to understand what we call the circle of influence. In our American vocabulary, a lot of times we spend a lot of time talking about the things we can control, the things we can't control. We spend a lot of time about that. We tell, "Oh, that's out of our control," or "Oh, that's in my control," right? Something we don't talk a lot of time about is what we call the circle of influence. And that's what's right here. What do you guys think that means?
The way whatever you do or you say affects the other person.
Yes. I cannot control how you perceive me, right? You might think I'm the goofiest guy that drives the littlest sports car and it's just funny to watch me get in and out, right? You may think that I can't control that. But if I took you for a ride in my car and saw you that I really do fit in, despite what Tina says, right? I have a little bit of influence. I still can't change how you feel,
Exactly.
but I have a little bit of influence to maybe sway you to think differently.
Yes. Yeah.
We spend a lot of time trying to change people with disabilities to do what's out of our control to our control, right? "Bob, why didn't you clean this better? Bob, why didn't you not say that?" Right? We spend a lot of time trying to change these two things when we work with people with disabilities. I'm telling you right now, if you continue to do that, your time here will be short-lived. It will be burned out, frustration. You'll be like, "I hate this. I hate working with people. I'm done," right? What you have to realize is that you have a circle of influence. And a lot of time, your circle of influence has nothing to do with what you say. You don't need to say a word. But the way that you do things, they are watching you constantly. Right? Constantly. You have a major influence on them, on your coworkers.
What I noticed, I mean, I started working in January. I've been doing janitorial for years and years. I worked for District 25, cleaning schools, 8 years and a half. Then I went to Lamb Weston. Lamb Weston, we do a lot of stuff, but there's cleaning too. So I never stop cleaning. What I do, I know their clients. I know they have a disability and everything. I have get frustrated myself. I mean, that's me. But I try to change my ways. And my first way is this. Okay, I don't say, "Go do it, look at it." No. Come on, let me show you something.
Love it.
Let me show you something. You see this? Let me show you. If you do this, it looks better, huh? And they get it.
Love it.
They get it. And they like it too.
Love it.
So I have to, yeah,
Your
exactly.
influence,
Mhm.
right? Massive influence. What an awesome influence. Because I'm going to tell you right now, 10 years from now, believe it or not, there's someone who's going to be like, "I am so glad I observed her do this because I'm totally rocking it right now," right? I'm totally doing it. I've had people that have come back. I've ran into people at stores. I've ran into people at car dealerships. They're like, hey, Terry, hey, is Kelsey still over there? Because I got a job here because she taught me how to do this. I mean, that's how cool it is, right? Circle of influence. Awesome story.
One thing that's going to make me think of it is the other day I watched a classic movie, Kung Fu Panda.
Yes.
And I can actually see a lot of this going in this. When the old master is trying to teach the panda, like the same way he taught all his other students, it does not go well. Then when he has to talk with his own master, and his own master talks to him about the illusion of control. So, you can't control when a peach tree will blossom. But I can control when the fruit falls. I control where to plant the seeds. Yes. But you may wish for an apple tree, but that will be a peach tree. And
Love it.
then he goes on, he says, and maybe it can win if you're willing to guide it and nurture it. And then after that, the panda's master, he starts using his normal to work with him. With I'll motivate you with food because you like eating.
Love it.
And the panda becomes a mighty warrior.
Love it. Great example. Awesome example. All that schooling all I do is watch Kung Fu Panda. Love it. Love it, love it. This is a really good topic of conversation. If I walk in and I see you standing around a proverbial water cooler, right? If I walk in and you coworkers are sitting there talking, and I say, hey, what's going on? And you go, oh, we're just talking about our circle of influence, Terry. I'll be like, sweet, talk away. Please continue. This is a great conversation to get feedback about with your coworkers. It's a great conversation to ask a client, what can I do better to help you? Right? What can I do better to help you? Not necessarily me helping you or you, hey, just out of curiosity, if I were to do this, would it be better for us? Right? Yeah. After over 10 years of working in this job, I can tell you I'm a better human being. I can tell you I'm a better husband. I can tell you I'm a better friend, better coworker, because of the life lessons that the people that we work with have taught me daily, and all of you have taught me. What you have to give, people need to have. We live in a fake society. We live in a society that is fake, controlled by social media. People don't know what's real. This is real. Yeah, you're going to get dirty doing it sometimes. Yeah, it's not going to be the most pleasant thing sometimes. But this is real. This is what society craves for. People go to work, they clock in, they clock out, they make widgets, they make things, they do things, and they go home. And they feel empty. This job allows you, as frustrating as it can be some days, to feel fulfilled because you are truly making a difference in someone else's life, including your own. Cherish it. There's not very many opportunities like that out there. Any questions or comments? Okay, eat away, enjoy, have a wonderful afternoon. Thank you for coming to the training.
And he can only drive his car because his knees are up around his butt.
Yes, yeah. I got a car for sale if anybody's
Put
interested.
it over the steering wheel like this.
No, his legs are too long.
It's a lot like me, when you drive the Yaris and I had to push the chair all the way back.
Sorry.
Results are in. The results are in. So we have a Kindle Fire and Skull Candy headphones. And the winner goes to this one right here. Who is this?
Kath, is it the spinach dip?
Yeah,
Kath.
she's not here. She's out of the race. Okay, we're waiting for the next winner.
Thanks.
Okay. Next winner is right here.
Which one? The gray and white hot top. The
Oh,
gray and white.
that's,
meat one.
that's Leanne.
Hey, all right.
There we go.
Congratulations.
Now we have a winner.
All right, Leanne.
Guys, thanks for being here. If anybody's mad about the results, just talk to someone.
Is it really?
So, she's Jeremy.
Yeah.
I won't eat
You're a big
all
guy.
of them. I won't even eat half of what's left on my plate.
Hey, see you later.
Have a good practice.
Everyone stay going.
Where you can hang out.
I didn't even put meat in it. I didn't put meat in it.
The whole time.
So, and it's spicy too. Did you try it?
At least 3 new messages in there.
Boy, I'm not even bothered by that right now. I'm like, I want to eat my dip.
Yeah.
No, I didn't. I didn't care to try anyone else.
I'll
because
give
I
you the
know it's
rundown.
best.
Well, that's, should we tell Ray? I've been kind of bummed
What's his
because
name?
Kelsey's,
Right here, guys.
Kelsey's dip.
Aaron?
Aaron, that's his name.
That's my boyfriend.
That's why his
Did
arm
no
was
one tell you?
Nope.
Okay.
Not one.
We started
I was
dating
thinking it was weird
3
that his
weeks
arm
ago.
was around you
Yeah.
on Sunday, and I was like, maybe that's just the closest room rest.
So we started dating 3 weeks ago.
Well, his car's oil leak was a super easy fix. It didn't cost him a nickel.
Okay. Deal.
And it looks like it's because Sebastian did
Okay.
it.
Yeah, it was really good, I'm sorry.
So, looks like Sebastian started it and then like loosened it. I don't know.
No, he's joking.
You out, Ray?